In light of the SEC action against Ripple, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse exposes the painful truth about XRP, but it's not all bad. He emphasizes the remarkable growth that has accompanied all of the negative news over the previous year, and he believes that XRP has a bright future ahead. Even more intriguing, it appears that David Schwartz, the founder of the XRP ledger and the CTO of Ripple, sees some sort of oracle who can see into the future because he made a fairly prescient statement. He virtually foresaw the SEC lawsuit, arguing that XRP is unregistered security, and he expressed those same concerns on stage in front of the camera. It may have happened somewhere between a year and a half and over 2 years before it really happened. So, what did Brad Garlinghouse say? And how could have David Schwartz seen ahead of the lawsuit? Stay tuned till the end of the video to find out. But first, we are giving away 50 XRP coins in the next video to one random subscriber to start on their XRP journey. All you need to do is to like the video, subscribe and comment your thoughts on XRP in the comment section. Welcome back XRP Army. Let's grow the XRP Lab community by pressing the like button and subscribing to this channel to stay updated at all times. In today's video, we'll discuss what Ripple CEO said, how John Deaton may have seen the lawsuit ahead, and what attorney John Deaton has to say about SEC criminal moves. There's a lot to talk about here today. But, before we go any further, this is no legal or financial counsel and you should not buy or sell anything solely based on what we say because we're going to deal with sensitive topics here. We received a fascinating thread on Twitter from Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse, which is what we will start with. The SEC filed a lawsuit against Chris Larsen and Brad 1 year ago, saying that XRP was a fraud. Since 2013, the public crypto has been trading on the open market. Brad said that the SEC thinks that he is covering it up because it should have been registered as a security. Brad said that this isn't just a Ripple attack, it's a crypto attack in the United States. Most people took the SEC claims as a normal conflict between organizations and assumed that it was a one-time occurrence, but that is no longer the case. Acceptance and awareness of the opportunity to integrate billions of people into the global financial community have never been so evident as it has been in 2021. It's been amazing to see so many more builders in the profession. XRP based on demand liquidity payments account for 25% of transactions across the Ripple network, and on-demand liquidity transactions are up 25 times from the third quarter of 2020 and 130% quarter-over-quarter. Those are astonishing figures. Utility matters and will win the day when it comes to long-term viability. That should be the basis of your investment thesis. As we stated, this is not financial counsel, but cryptocurrencies will not go away simply because the SEC plans to enforce more action on the crypto space. As a matter of fact, we will embrace the new legislation and find a way to work within them. That is why they will not go extinct as long as they are functionally valuable to people. Think about it, customers of Ripple would not use XRP as a bridge currency for on-demand liquidity unless it improved their lives. Ripple XRP is the answer to the train wreck. That is the world of global cross-border payment and more specifically, settlement. Alternative than that, there is no other solution for the headache than using an already existing network because individuals are actively trading. It is either you want to make people's lives easy or block them when they try to do it. It's that simple, the painful truth. XRP, as it turns out, makes a lot of sense, and XRP is the greatest cryptocurrency for payments. So long as it continues to be valuable, even if there is only one use case, of which that is not the case because XRP is invaluable with multiple use cases, XRP will continue to be beneficial. But even if there were only one use case, that would be enough to justify its existence, and we're seeing a growth in adoption in this area. What's slowing it down are a few things, the first of which is XRP itself. Although it is one of the world's most liquid cryptocurrencies, it is not particularly liquid in the grand scheme of things. There are trillions of monies that are moving across borders. Every single day, there is something like 2 trillion, or something close to that. Then there's XRP, which has a market cap of roughly above $47 billion at the time of recording, which is 48% of the maximum supply. And from what we've heard, there isn't enough liquidity due to the SEC lawsuit. And for now, we may not see the problem, but if there was a development in the SEC lawsuit, we would all feel the slow movement. But that is nothing to worry about since liquidity is increasing as the crypto asset class increases. So, it will get better, in fact, it has been improving. Beyond that, there are regulatory impediments that are not insurmountable in certain parts of the world, including the United States. Brad goes on to list new on-demand liquidity corridors, such as Japan and the United Arab Emirates, as well as the central bank's digital currency solution, which is based on a private version of the public XRP ledger and is being developed in collaboration with Bhutan and Palau. In November, the Republic of Palau partnered with Ripple to establish a digital currency strategy, as part of Ripple's official blog series. Brad wrote that Ripple was thrilled to announce a new collaboration with the Republic of Palau to investigate the country's first national digital currency and its potential applications on the XRP ledger. The partnership's initial focus is to establish cross-border payment mechanisms and a USD-backed digital currency for Palau. In the first part of 2022, Palau could launch the world's first government-backed national stable coin, for which Ripple would provide technical business design and policy support. Meanwhile, experimenting with a USD-backed stable coin on the XRP ledger, as well as associated use cases like a corporate registration, could provide a viable alternative to central bank digital currencies for countries. Based on Brad's comments, we're talking about a digital currency with a stable coin, not a central bank. And, sure, Bhutan is considering developing their own central bank digital currency based on a private version of the XRP ledger. As a result, it isn't the XRP ledger blockchain. But, they're talking about releasing a USD-backed stable coin on the XRP ledger via a country. It was genuinely perplexing. For obvious reasons, this is why the SEC Chairman Gensler is looking to broaden the organization's scope. Companies are already relocating outside of the United States as a result of his hardline anti-crypto stance. Web 2 was created in collaboration with a number of American businesses, but Web 3, or whatever you want to call it, is yet to be determined. Despite its previous assertions, the SEC is refusing to answer questions concerning Ethereum's legal status, let alone anything else. Is the SEC genuinely fulfilling its objective of protecting investors? Through regulation and enforcement, as well as what Hester Maria Pierce refers to as strategic ambiguity. Hester Pierce is one of the two SEC commissioners that voted against initiating legal action against Ripple, according to Fox Business. So, it appears that she understands. She appears to be on her side. Gensler, on the other hand, refers to crypto as a joke. Most of the cryptos are following financial regulations all around the world. This industry should not be penalized for requesting regulatory clarification and uniform application on a level playing field. This is where David Schwartz's brilliance or prophecy comes to play. This is what he predicted would happen over 2 years before the SEC filed their complaint. Now, onto this prophetic statement, which was revealed by Oscar Arneson, who revealed how prophetic David Schwartz was in 2019 when he foretold exactly what the SEC will do. It was in the early half of 2019 that the SEC started looking into Ripple for selling XRP as an unregistered security. David Schwartz, as one of the company's top executives, could have been aware of this, so it may not be prophetic as it sounds. So, whether David Schwartz had some type of prophetic moment or he had some sort of intelligence that resulted in this prophecy, either way, he struck the nail on the head. Then there came a statement, where John Deaton mentioned something strange. He posted one sentence that we felt it was quite profound, which is why we felt it was reasonable to look into it. He highlighted that there are genuine conflicts of interest in the case that cannot be disproved. For a well-seasoned lawyer, that's merely suggesting the fact that there exist conflicts of interest. As a result, John Deacon is not speculating on whether or not there are conflicts, he's simply stating it to be exact. It hit home like a ton of bricks because of the gravity of the situation. And, if justice is served, don't you believe there should be some sort of investigation into people like Bill Hinman to see if anything criminal was done here? We don't know for sure because we don't know. And that's all for today's video. Thanks for watching. Did you like the video? How do you think this whole lawsuit will play out? And do you think John Deaton's concerns should be overlooked or investigated? Comment below, let's engage. Make sure to subscribe and give us a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video. Kindly note that the prices of cryptocurrencies frequently change, so by the time you watch this video, it might have changed to a whole new value. The information provided in this video does not constitute investment advice, financial advice, trading advice, or any other sort of advice, and you should not treat any of the content as such. The content in this video is for educational purposes only and hence should not be considered financial advice. Do conduct your due diligence and consult your financial advisor before making any investment decisions.